Hello, hello. Okay. So welcome to Monday night live at 5. Michael is busy tending to some business. So you stuck with me again. I was kind of scouring through things, trying to really decide what to talk about by myself tonight. And so I just wanted to talk about here, what I did was I was looking at different bills that are going through right now through the legislature up in Olympia. And as I'm scanning through, I see one that is called the Parents, the Parents Bill of Rights, and they're revamping it. And I thought, well, that's interesting, considering that we just had an initiative pass. And what happened with that initiative right now is that and I'm sorry, I can't recall the number. And I think it changes when it gets enough signatures. Anyway, so they are not hearing public comment on the initiative. So they're bypassing that and sending it straight to, boy, words are hard when you're by yourself sometimes and you get nervous. Okay, let me think. They're sending it straight to the ballot, right? So, with that, right, they're not giving us an opportunity to go and comment on this, right? On either side, right? This is our right to be able to go and comment on these things. Usually what happens is you have the initiative, it goes through, and sometimes initiatives are passed through legislature because they go ahead and take those up. They're choosing to completely ignore it and just send it straight to the ballot. Good for us, I suppose. I mean, I don't see it not passing, but here's what they're doing instead, and probably the reason why they're just letting it go through. There is a bill right now for parents' rights where they're going to bypass what we want again. Why we keep voting these people in, I don't know how many times this has happened. It's absolutely insane. So what they are doing is sorry, let me find it here in my notes. I only found this an hour ago, so I've been researching it. Let's see. So your parents' rights bill, not as prepared as I thought. Give me just a second here. So what they're doing now is they're creating a bill. It's 5181, and I think it's a Senate bill right now. So it's SB 5181. And this is going to change how the initiative works. So they create law, and then the initiative works within the law. Okay. So this is going to, in the most simple terms, I had chat help me with this. Parents wanted access to records, timely information, and transparency. And the legislature said, no, thank you. We're not going to do that. We are going to take that all away. So in this new bill, it's going from what they're doing is parents can, let's see, as far as records access, right? Parents can access records of their kids for their academic records, disciplinary records, counseling or services provided by the school, and what they're going to make it now is that you will not be able to access if you're asking for your kids' records, what you will never receive is medical records, mental health records, counseling notes, and health services documentation. I know that that's what this initiative, right? That was the whole purpose of this initiative, was to get these rights back for the parents. Because as a parent, we should be able to have these things, right? And so I should not have to worry about whether or not my kid is going to a counselor and what's happening. I need to be told about that. It's my kid. I am responsible. This just blows my mind. I'm absolutely flabbergasted here. So they're just going to bypass what we want again. There was one other thing about this, that really caught my eye. I'm trying to think of what it was, because it really kind of blew my mind. Yeah, they'll be able to access, and under this new bill, we'll basically be able to access parents' academic and disciplinary records, not medical, mental health, or anything. So how do we get access to that? Right? So now this falls then to other state laws like HIPAA and all this other crap where, if your kid's over 13, you have to get permission from your child to be able to even talk to their doctor. And now with the school, are you kidding me? Like, can we just get back to actually teaching our children? This is just, this is terrible. So, these are the kind of things that we really need to stand up against and make our voices heard, because they're doing this kind of under the radar. They are doing this so that, and here's the thing, they were making changes to the parents' rights, and, but they snuck this in there after the initiative got all the signatures. So they had this ready. If that initiative was going to go through, they were already ready to do this. So the timing of when they slipped this new portion in is very suspicious to me. It doesn't make any sense. That I mean, it does. Don't get me wrong. It totally does, right? Because they are, they don't want us to have access. I understand their intent. Right. I understand that their intent is to keep children safe. I understand that in today's environment, that some kids don't feel safe coming out to their parents or whatever, like whatever's on trend. Right. But this is not okay, because no matter what, we are responsible for our kids. I don't understand how anybody wants to just, if people agree with this, you might as well just hand your kid over to the state and just give them everything, because what is there for you to do? Your kid says that they're depressed and don't want to go to school. So do you send them or not? Because do you send them to school so that they can go get the help they need? Or, I don't know. This is just insane to me. Yeah. So in order then for us to access anything, we have to go through this HIPAA crap and in the school. So again, listen, I found this an hour ago while I was looking for different bills. So this is SB 5181, and they are going to pass this so that all of the work that was just done to bring parents' rights back to the school, they're going to completely annihilate it. And then the bill that is going through will take precedence over the initiative, right? Because the bill works. I'm flabbergasted right now. So, why isn't Olympia listening to us? I think that's the best question, right? Why are we not being listened to? We go through all of this trouble, and people stood up. They did what they are told that we're supposed to do so that we can make real change. And then the Democrats up in Olympia decide that, I don't know what their excuse this time is going to be. Like, we didn't know what we were voting for again. I feel like they've worn that one out. a lot. And so we need to find some new way to combat this. And it really is through getting people elected. This is insane to me to see again that they're subverting the voters' will. Like, not even that. We haven't even gotten a chance to vote on this yet. It hasn't even been on the ballot yet. And they're already trying to change things so that when this initiative goes in, and it does get approved and the voters do say yes, they're ready for it. They're ready for it. They're just screwing us at every turn. I didn't see this coming. I don't know why. I didn't see this coming, but holy cow. Let's see here. Let's see what other information is here. I would strongly encourage anybody who signed that voters initiative to make sure that you make your voices heard on this bill. Let me just take a look here, and I can put it up on the screen, and we can take a look at when public comment is for this, which looks like rules suspended, placed on third reading. Okay, here, let me show you what I'm looking at, because I don't, and here, let me be very clear. I don't always understand what I'm looking at. I don't know what some of these things mean here. So I'm going to share my screen. And if I say anything that's not the one, if I say anything that maybe isn't right, happy to clear that up. So here it is, and I'm looking now for the public comments. Pass the rules committee, placed at second reading. So I guess we must be waiting now to see when it's going to come up for public hearing or the third reading. Wait, the public hearing was January 21st, actually. So I guess the next time that we'll get to comment on this will be when it goes over to the House. So I'm going to put this in the comment section. I strongly urge you to go and say something about this to your legislators, because absolutely terrible. I'm floored that this is what they're doing now. And so I think that it must have gone back for another reading because of the change, right? And this is what caught my eye, was right here. Bill substituted, and I started thinking, okay, like, what are they doing? So anyway, I guess that's probably all I really have to say about that for now. This is a total pattern for Olympia. If this is not a clear sign that something needs to change, that, we need to get different leadership in there, I don't know what is. I have no idea. What do you need to see to think that, whether you agree with this or not, they're not listening to us. Like, what's going to happen when there's a bill that the Democrats want to go through, because we have reasonable Democrats maybe who also agree with this, right? And I guess I'm assuming it's not just all Republicans, right? I mean, it's got to be Democrats too. Everybody has to, like, you should have access to your kids' records. Why would you ever not? Okay, I'm going to quit rambling because I'm just going to go on about this being insane. So I strongly urge you, again, just reach out to your legislators and let us know if you have any questions. If you have any input on this, I'd love to hear it. If I got something wrong, let me know. If you have a take on this that maybe I hadn't thought of, I'd love to hear it. So I hope you guys all have a great night. Bye.